it's cold, all right? It is freezing out there. It's so cold. It's so cold in the D. I hate the cold. I hate winter. I take summer over winter any day. Like, of course, spring and fall are preferred months, but winter, you can keep it. Winter's rude, winter is disrespectful, and I just can't. I tried, and I can't. Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the official Bianca Media. I'm just here to inform, inspire, and entertain. I wanted to come on here and just share some tips for just staying healthy in the winter. Like when you have autoimmune disease, if you have lupus, if you have Crohn's, if you have MS, whatever, you know, the winter is not our friend. So y'all, I wrote down some notes because I wanted to share just some things that I do to stay healthy during this time. Of course, number one thing is get a great jacket. Like when I moved to New York, when I was living in DC, I had like a couple of jackets, but nothing like for real that kept me warm. Like when North Face, remember when everybody was wearing North Faces? Okay, like that was a warm jacket. But after North Faces like kind of went out of style, I didn't really re-up my winter game. So when I moved to New York and I was living in New York winters don't play. They will slap you around and beat you up and drag you like a dog. So I invested in some good coats, and I went to Burlington. I think I also like checked out Marshall's, and I don't remember the time period I went, but if it's now, then you can still get a decent, you can probably get a coat on sale. Like it's after the holiday season, you know, get something like plain, don't get anything too fancy because you wanted to transcend the years. And I think like, for instance, like this is like my big bubble one, and this one has a great hood. Look at that hood. Okay, so if it's snowing, if it's raining, like I'm protected. Like my hair, the inches, the bundles are protected. Anyways, but I have another one that was a little bit more expensive because I was teaching. I got a teacher discount at J. Crew, but you can still go to the J. Crew outlet, and J. Crew has some great jackets that are a little bit more formal, right? Like if you're going to, you know, you're going to work or you're going to, you know, church or wherever, that's a little bit more formal and you want to put on a more like nicer coat, then I got a jacket from there, which is really cute and has fur around the hood. But this one is like the heavy duty, and it's snowing and it's below zero type weather, you know. So this is what this jacket is. And of course, along with having a great jacket, make sure you have mittens, gloves. When I'm working, because I typically, when I'm doing my reports, I'm outside, I actually wear 2 pairs of gloves. Like I wear up like gloves, and then I wear mittens because the mittens keep your, you know, individual fingers together and it keeps your hand a lot warmer. So I of course have 2 pairs of gloves and hats. You know, invest in some cute hats. I don't have one on right now, but I had one on while I was working. And you know, it can cover your ears, you can wear mittens, but just any extremities, you know, that can be exposed to the weather or just the outside, you just want to have it covered. And also my jacket goes down past my butt because that's the worst. Like when you're outside and your behind is cold, girl. That's why I've gotten like a longer jacket to kind of cover, you know, it almost goes down to my knees. So that's tip number 1, dress for the occasion. And you can still look cute. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm on this, you know, big boxy jacket. No, it can be cute. Like this jacket actually cinches in the waist. You know, it's slightly bubbly, but it's not like 1997 bubble jacket, you know, that goes in and out of style. Like this is one that's, you know, I can maybe go skiing in or something. Tip number 2, go ahead and check in with the doctor a little bit more than usual during these winter months. With everyone around you being sick and the flu floating around and this floating around and that floating around, you want to make sure that your immune system is as good as it can be given circumstances. So if you're not checking in with your regular doctor or your nephrologist or your rheumatologist, then even if you start to feel a sniffle, go to the Med Express. You want to make sure you do not have the flu. Like the flu is no joke. Like I want you to like this video if you've ever had the flu. I had the flu, y'all, one time. This is the first time I got the flu. I was I had been diagnosed with lupus, and you know, I was in DC and I got the flu. I was literally I thought I was dying again. girl, I was sitting in that, like, I had to go to the hospital. I was at my friend's house, so this is what's happened. So I was at my friend's house and I had a headache, so I was like, oh, can I get some aspirin? But like, then I started to have just body aches, and I'm like, oh, this something is off. And I had the sniffles a little bit, but nothing too intense. So I woke up the next morning and I was just like, I need to go to the hospital. And I went to the hospital and they took that little swab, that big behind like Q-tip that they take to basically stick in your throat and take a culture. Worst feeling ever. And thankfully my parents, they were in Northern Virginia at the time, so they came up and, you know, saw me in the hospital. I was just laid out like, help me. Like, I was dead to the world. Then, girl, I got it again when I was in Brooklyn, New York. And again, thankfully my mom, she's a teacher, so she was able to come up and, you know, help revive me back to life. But I was in that bed like, can't move. That flu will take you out, like, seriously. So again, if you start to feel any inkling of body aches, then outside of maybe your normal feelings, or if you think you're about to have a flare, go and check to make sure you don't have the flu. It's up to you, personal decision, if you want to get the flu shot or not. I did not get the flu shot this year. I haven't gotten for the past couple of years, and so it's just personal reasons. So again, it's up to you. Talk with your doctor. Of course your doctor's going to recommend it, but the times that I got the flu shot, I didn't notice any, you know, difference. And I think one of the years, I'm not sure, actually the year I got the flu, I had gotten the flu shot. So I'm like, how that happen, Sway? How? Thought you were supposed to be protecting me. Guess again. So up to you, personal reasons, if you want to get the flu shot or not. Tip number 3. Get some fresh air. I know we want to stay inside. Like I said, I'm guilty of, once I get my house, not leaving. But I would say around noon, around 1 o'clock, when the sun is up, when it's not going to be as cold as it is at night and in the evening, of course. Take a second to just like step outside. If your apartment building has a little you know, courtyard, if you have a porch, if you work and you can take a little lunch break just to step outside for a moment and talk with coworkers. But that vitamin D, those UV rays, limited amount. Yes, I know it's not like you're about to stand out there for an hour, but just stepping outside can just prevent you from just having cabin fever. It can just lift your spirits. Seeing the sun, I mean, you see the sun is coming in through here now, it just makes me feel a lot happier. Tip number 4, stay away from sick people. You're gonna have to be a little bit rude with this one, and people have to just know that your immune system is not like theirs. And yes, you can take all the vitamin C you want, but again, you're 2 different people and your body responds to things and alien invaders a lot different than other people's bodies. So disinfect your workstation. If you work at in a communal space, don't be afraid to maybe find a corner that you can be away from just everything that's swarming in the communal space. I know when people have cubicles, you know, the person over there is coughing and hacking. Or maybe if you share a cash register, go ahead and wipe it down before you touch it, because then, you know, naturally you may touch your mouth, you may touch your eye, and just, you never know what people have going on. So just disinfect your workspace, disinfect your home. If you have kids, little Ray, I need you to wipe down the bathroom or the kitchen. Little Neat, go ahead and wipe down the tables in the living room, change the sheets, you know, spray and disinfect the couch where you may be laying at, and they laying at and coughing and hacking and sneezing and, you know, leaving bodily fluids on the on the couch, you know what I'm saying? Or wipe down the remote control, things that people use most often in your home, because you got to protect yourself. You know, you're going to be no good to your family if you laid up in the hospital, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a family effort to keep everybody safe and healthy. Last and final tip to surviving these winter months is have warm drinks. Now, y'all know I'm a fan of iced coffees and iced teas, and I'm not really a fan of the piping hot drinks. But during the winter months, I do go ahead and try to get something hot and just let it cool down a lot. Not to the ice level, but at least where it's warm and I can drink it and I'm not burning my, you know, taste buds on my tongue. Y'all who do that and drink hot coffee like that, you're not human. You're not human. And you can keep that. Me over here, normal people, we don't like it that piping hot. So that's how I survived the winter months, you know, dressing in layers having my warm drinks, disinfecting everything that I can, and of course doing my best to try to get some natural vitamin D from the sun when it does decide to show up. So I love you all. Hey, to all my new followers, my new subscribers, welcome to the family. Let me know what you all want to see coming up. I have some videos planned. I won't be gone that long ever again, but you know, your girl just needs to take care of some things. And we just welcome all the new followers. I think there's been like a couple hundred of you all since the last video I posted, so I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you for watching. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and we got more content coming. So I'm really excited for this year. Y'all, I'm gonna have some big announcements. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Watch. Keep watching. Y'all see. Y'all see. Y'all see the numbers going up. But all right, love y'all. Take care and talk to you later. Bye.